Hello, everybody. Thank you for bearing with us while we ran off to take a quick little break. I hope everybody is still having a wonderful night. For the first half of the game, the group was ambushed on the way down south by a group of sick insects, including a couple of rad scorpions and a few sting wings, all infected with the same mysterious disease that was afflicting the blowflies and other insects around Diamond City. They also found their way into the Fairlines Estates, which is a beautiful, lovely pre-war cul-de-sac. They've got 6 little houses, a couple generators, some water pumps. They're setting up a nice little settlement here as they sort of decide how they want to investigate this marker number 4. And the group seems to have come to a consensus that they want to check the hospital and the department store. Yep. Awesome. So, is anybody keeping watch throughout the night, or are you guys relying on the Protectrons to do that?
I will keep watch.
Robots don't need sleep.
It's true.
I'm going to catch some Z's. Just by the way, because I don't remember what the world map looks like, we're nowhere close to where that pond was.
Right.
Like that was... Yeah,
that pond is actually up here.
Oh, it's that pond. Okay.
Because Diamond City is down and through there, somewhere in here.
Okay. I forgot where Fault 81 was. Okay.
Oliver, did I tell you?
Tell me what.
Lee here turned our little synth into the Predator.
Huh.
Yeah. So just lock your doors. Have a good night.
Before bedtime, I'm going to put my rat scorpion egg into the incubator. If it's
beautiful.
Complete.
Maybe it might be functional. It will take me 20 hours to do this.
No sleeps
so
for you.
Not yet.
Lee will work.
I'll take. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, sorry. I was just saying he's going to work on the incubator since that's his current project. He'll work on that as much as he can before, needing to sleep.
Yeah, and Lee.
I'll just find like a little blanket or something to cover it and keep it as warm as I can while I'm.
Oliver's just like holding it against himself while he's sleeping. Every now and then you feel it kick. I don't know how eggs work.
He's gonna be so strong. I'll name him Francis.
Francis Scorpion meet Praxton.
Scorpion meat.
Awesome. Cool. So yeah, the night passes uneventfully. And day dawns, sort of fresh and sort of refreshing. There's sort of a dew on the ground. There's a mist that sort of rolled in the middle of the night. It's a little bracing, but it's it's refreshing after being stuck in the city for so long. What would you all like to do?
Are we heading out today, gang? Lee says as he pokes his head out the window and he yells across the street.
This is my favorite episode of WandaVision ever.
Hey,
howdy, neighbors.
I'm good to go out.
Yeah, did you guys decide where we were going?
The hospital, was it?
Yeah.
Although I should probably finish this incubator before we leave.
I believe in you.
That is a 20-hour project. Do you want to work on it all day and head out to the hospital tomorrow?
Lee doesn't have anything better to do other than work and read comics, which is incredibly relatable.
I'm actually a little bit concerned about time, so maybe we hold off and only do that in free time during the night. I've actually jerry-rigged like a little like swaddling cloth for the egg for while we're gone. And I don't want clones catching up or synths catching up on us. Maybe
enough.
we do what we need to do while we're here.
That is true. I forgot we're being chased.
Who's being chased? Nobody's being chased. You guys take all the time you want.
Of course.
I'm
After
keeping
I
an
failed-
ie on Gemma.
After I
Is she
failed.
eating
She is
breakfast?
eating breakfast.
Okay.
It's Radscore being omelet. Just kidding. Cold-blooded.
The only one you're allowed.
Well, let's go, guys.
All right. I will be point as we go towards the hospital. Make sure that there's nothing dangerous afoot.
Perfect. So Oliver's leading the way. What's the rest of the order looking like?
Dogmeat and Ember will be like in the middle-ish with Gemma.
So we're bringing Gemma. We're not leaving her at the.
Yeah, she got the robots. You'll be good.
Are we supposed to?
Well, I mean, I guess that's more up to you, Ember.
I thought we were all going.
Myrtle's not going.
No, Myrtle's sitting
Oh.
here.
Mm.
Myrtle can keep an eye on Gemma.
I don't like how you
Yes.
said that.
Or Gemma will kill Myrtle. Like, we come back, somebody might be dead.
Okay, well, I'm gonna create a code word with Gemma, like we all did.
Pineapple, if I remember right.
Yep.
Yes, but I'm not gonna use pineapple because that's our word, and Oliver thinks that Gemma's already a synth. So
Get your own
it's
words.
gonna be it's gonna be
Papaya.
pumpkin,
Pumpkin.
and I'm gonna say that's what you say. No, you're not a synth.
Why do they think I'm a synth?
Because Oliver is an idiot.
I like Mr. Oliver.
Don't say that.
Can I see them?
I assume Ember is trying to do this a little off a ways from the rest of the group.
I might be out of earshot, but can I see them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can see us.
Okay. Because I can read lips.
Ember honestly doesn't care that you know that she's calling you an idiot.
I probably am not like listening or looking. I'm doing other more important things probably.
If we get more drama on this show, we're gonna get picked up by HBO.
That's the goal.
That'd be cool. But okay, yeah, so I guess Gemma can stay with Myrtle and we can head out, and in that case, Dogmeat and I will be in the back.
Cool. So Oliver in the front, Dogmeat in the back, Ember also in the back. Ajax and Lee in the middle.
Yeah. Science team in the middle.
Awesome.
I don't have very good eyesight, so you don't want me on either end.
Science team in the middle. I think it's very convenient. You put all the people who could fight in one house and all the people who can't in a different house. Somebody insert that clip from Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
This is
Which
something
one?
Yeah,
we'll
this
use
is a
later.
fun tool we'll use later.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. So you all sort of descend from Fairline Hills, coming out of the cul-de-sac, and you notice this area that's been sort of cordoned off as marker 4 on your Pip-Boy is sort of a semi-densely populated suburban area. You see the hospital is the first building approaching up in front of you. It's sort of a 4-story local-sized hospital. You do see written on the side of it is St. Milton's General Hospital. There are also a couple of Super Mutant tags on the sides of the building. You do see the mime one, so the white face with the two hands underneath it. You also see another one that is a green super mutant head wearing sort of a traditional jester's cap with like a Joker style smile that's been drawn on that. But you don't see anything else that's usually indicative of super mutants. You don't see any gore bags. You don't see any, any just people up on spikes. You do smell blood in the air, though. What would you all like to do?
Ember's gonna go up to Lee and ask, didn't you say that there was another one? Like there was Mime and Slime or something?
Yeah, Slime was his name, but I mean that one tag doesn't look very slimy. I mean, I guess that could have meant slimy as in personality, but
I don't know, I just think a jester is comparable to a mime. Like obviously they're not the same, but they're in the same.
I mean, they're all clowns to me, so.
She'll just sort of nod and then fall back again.
Do we see any of the spirals that we saw from the prior location?
You do not see any spirals around this location. I'm starting another poll in the chat, too.
Oh no.
All the polls we can do.
There's only one answer, and it's Florida.
It's what?
Florida.
Florida clown is the worst clown.
They're all still in the same genus, though.
But no, you don't see any spirals. Oliver, since you're in the front, will you give me a notice check?
Sure. I succeed with an impact. Got a 2 minus 2.
Awesome. So with your impact, you're sort of like scouting on ahead. You think you hear coming from inside the hospital the sound of gunfire.
Ooh. Hey guys, I'm hearing some fire. Do we want to deal with whatever's inside the hospital, or I'm not seeing spirals? Maybe we check out a different spot and let this deal with itself.
Might be worth it to know who's fighting who, if we can get a look and then get back.
Maybe they all die and we take all their stuff.
Also that. Who here can move quickly and quietly enough to get a glimpse and not get spotted? If no one can, then I guess
I
you can.
can.
The two
Yeah, I was gonna say Ember also has a talent. I think that makes her better at sneaking as well.
Oh yeah, I'm ugly, so nobody sees me.
Ember, no! You're beautiful on the inside.
No, she's not.
It's all it's just tumors and radiation, Lee. Let her go.
Well, I'm trying to be nice.
You're pretty on the inside.
Yeah, I have a moving silently. I have stealth and moving silently, but if you think you're
No,
gonna be quiet, or
I'm not gonna fight you on it. I think
I mean, we
got
can both
this.
go.
We do also
All right.
have one actual stealth boy. Like a normal one.
No, we don't need that.
Okay. He says.
I'm
keeping
already
it.
gone.
Night.
Hey, Lee, let's hide behind the shrub here. We'll see if they come back.
Got it. Oh, hey, how was your
I
sleep
rolled
last night?
Very snoring.
Yeah, sorry about that. I snore when I work.
Me too.
What?
No.
I don't know how I know that, but yeah, me too.
I rolled an 8 minus 1 for a 7, which will succeed.
And Ember, do you want to roll too?
Oh, sure.
You do get whatever your stealth ability is. You get a +2 to that number. So whatever I think it's agility for you. Agility +2 is what you're trying to roll underneath.
Okay, I'm sorry. My character sheet closed and it won't reopen.
Character sheet, stop it.
But I know. Okay. Let me see. What was that? Okay, that definitely succeeds. Whatever it is, that definitely succeeds.
Perfect. Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure it's under, like, there's like it's a 6, and then if I get a +2 to that, then that's an 8, and so then.
Oh, and you rolled a 2 anyway, so you're good.
Yeah.
So Ember and Oliver, you all sort of sneak off from the group while Ajax and Lee enjoy a beautiful morning chat behind a shrubbery. Oliver and Ember, you do sort of make your way around to the front of the hospital, and you see that this hospital is sort of sitting on the corner of this sort of packed suburban area. Across the street from the hospital, there is the Fallon's department store. You see that this whole building has been heavily fortified. There are massive barricades that have been erected made of stone. There are gore bags all over the place. There are massive spikes hanging on things. You do see some people dressed in green army fatigues impaled on those spikes above the walls. And you hear a lot of jingle bells coming from inside that perimeter. Sort of sneaking around to the front of the hospital, you see that the front of the hospital it's not nearly as barricaded as the department store is, but there are a couple of green steel sort of like police barricades that have been set up, and you see there are a couple of humans standing up there wearing green army fatigues, various kinds of combat armor, army helmets, armed incredibly well with combat rifles, sniper rifles. You see some grenades on some of them. They don't seem to have noticed you, however. Each of them's also wearing a green bandana over their face. And they mostly seem to...
What do you suggest?
Yeah, they mostly seem to be focusing on the hospital or the department store across the street.
Should we talk to them? Should we take them out?
Don't.
They're human, so not what I was expecting.
What? Oh, they're humans?
Well, I was expecting to turn around and see super mutants.
Well, I don't feel that talking to them is a good idea. Because they're obviously part of something. And that's probably not good for us.
Well, we heard firing from within the hospital. So should we take them out and then go investigate? Do you want to go back and I'll start hitting them as hard as I can? What do you want?
I don't think... No. I can help you. We can take... The other two aren't
You
really...
said there was 2 of them?
Yeah, there are 2 of them up there. And as you both are sort of debating about what to do, you do see from the parapets of the department store sort of castle fortress that's been set up, a super mutant pops up who is dressed in this sort of red and white alternating doublet. And he yells out, "Hey, humans! Why did the super mutant cross the road?" And the gunner's like, "Oh my god, not this shit again." "To blow up all the stupid humans on the other side!" And you see the door opens and 2 super mutant suiciders run out. And they begin to make their way towards the hospital doors. With their mini nukes in their arms and beeping.
Man, I'm glad I hang back, Lee.
So I was saying, but then, like in the next issue, they were fighting those kamikaze gorillas from space, and I was wondering what happened to the Tyrannosaurus Rex from under the ocean.
Do we run?
Beep, beep.
How far away is the doublet wearing?
He's on the wall of the he's on the
Super
wall
mutant?
on the other end, sort of in front of the department store. You would guess that's probably Probably 500 yards.
500 yards. I don't want to mess with any of that. I will find cover and let the bombs do what they will.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow his lead.
So you both give a safe distance away. The two super mutant suiciders do come running up. You see that they are also sort of in this colorful clown costume, and there is jingle bells attached to them, so they do ring as they come across the street with the beeping of the mini nuke that's strapped to their arm. And the two people behind the barricades, they basically just duck down behind their barricades and they hope for the best. The suiciders, they get about 75% of the way across the street up to the hospital before the nukes go off. And they both explode together, creating this beautiful little mushroom cloud that sort of shakes the whole area around you. Lee and Ajax, you definitely both feel this in your molars as the whole world around you sort of shakes.
Should we help?
I don't think we can help, but we should go check.
And the super mutant who let them go, he is just like pissing himself laughing on the walls. And then he will...
In the sorry, I was just gonna say, in the commotion of all of that explosion, I'm going to try and stealthily move closer to the department store.
Cool. Yeah, he after he laughs a little bit, he says, "I'll be back for happy hour in a couple of minutes," and he just sort of trundles on down the stairs.
Okay, Amber's about to do something bold that she's probably gonna.
Do it.
She's just gonna go up behind the guys. She's gonna say, "What was that all about?"
That is bold.
High or low?
Hi.
Oh, that's not good.
63, I got a high. The one that you appear like right behind squeals like a girl and falls down against the barricade. And the other one he's with, he sort of rolls his eyes at the, obviously like the private or whatever. And he says, well, if you can't tell, we are trying to clear out those super mutants.
Who are you?
Who are you?
I asked you first.
Well, I'm Corporal Richardson. If you want to know. I'm with the Gunners.
Great.
Who are you?
A person.
Well, we don't see a lot of vault dwellers down here.
Ah, yes. I wouldn't really consider myself a vault dweller anymore. I've been out far too long.
You just like the way the jumpsuit fits?
It's comfy. It was made, to withstand years. Well, anyway, I have to go, but good luck with that, and have a great time. It's gonna sort of like fade off into the background.
She says, if you want to talk to the
I
commanding officer, I can get you an audience with her.
I don't remember asking.
Well, watch out for super mutants. Those jester ones are no joke.
Okay.
Sort of pats himself on the back for his pun.
I'm gonna go try to find Oliver. He's not too far away.
Oliver's sneaking off to the department store, but you do see Lee and Ajax coming up to see if everybody's okay.
You guys okay?
I only see half of you.
Yeah, he's somewhere, but
In one
we're
piece?
fine. There's some gunners up there trying to clear out super mutants out of the hospital. Blah, blah,
Oh,
Is that what the big boom was? The clearing out? Or is that the
blah.
mushroom
No, those
cloud?
were the suicider super mutant. It just blew up. No big deal.
No big deal. That was
felt like a big
nuke.
deal.
Maybe to you.
Well,
I'm gonna head off, and
yes.
I'm just gonna ignore them and head off in the way of the department store.
She's so cool. I don't know how to talk to her.
Oh, the secret is never say goodbye to anybody. I get it now. It's the Batman technique.
These two hobos are gonna get us killed.
That seems pretty likely, but we are going to need both of those hobos if we're ever going to find Vault 23.
It's very true.
Rude.
The conversations you miss out when you
I-
just storm away without an explanation.
I don't think Ember would have liked that conversation.
That's why we waited till you were gone. Can we see the humans that were around at this distance?
Yeah. Can the less unga bunga people do the talking?
Yeah. Let's go see what's going on with those guys. Maybe they can be helpful.
That was the hardest part for both of us. We have to approach a person.
Oh boy. Do I talk first, or do you want to talk first? Or
Here, this one never goes wrong. I'm gonna wave at him.
The private who squealed, he sort of gets up, he sort of puffs his chest out. He's like, "Hey, you with that scruffy looking ghoul?"
which
In the vault
one?
suit.
In a roundabout way.
Yeah, I guess you could say that we are. We were just passing through, and we heard a big boom, and we were kind of wondering, what's the situation with the department store and the hospital?
Picked a
over here?
dangerous place to just wander into, son.
Oh, I'm something of a scientist / explorer / superhero.
Private contractors.
Yeah.
So one of you
That's
is a
you.
drug dealer and one of you is delusional. Is that right?
Whoa, buddy. Can't see my bags from here.
He's not delusional.
He's not delusional. Well, if you want to know, the department store has been taken over by a pissed off super mutant named Jester who thinks he's the most hilarious thing we're on two legs.
Right. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Lee. My question is not of consequence.
Leo was just gonna say, I thought the super mutants in charge around here was that mime one.
Yeah, he's holed up at the high school. They've had a falling out. They're trying to decide who is the superior comedian.
And you guys, I guess, have the hospital.
This is
there?
our temporary field HQ while we're trying to get into the department store.
Well, why not just let them blow each other up? I mean, they're pretty good at blowing stuff up.
Well, the
obviously.
problem is they keep trying to blow us up instead.
Ah,
That's not funny.
No, it's not funny. He uses that same joke every day. He asks us every day, why does the super mutant cross the road? Nobody has laughed once.
Have you tried setting up an open mic night for both of them? And then just blowing the place up?
call
That
it a
is,
roast.
Call it a roast.
That kind of strategizing is above my head. You might have to talk to the lieutenant about that.
Sure, we can do that.
Yeah, we'll go talk to Mr. Lieutenant about setting up this.
Oh, don't call her Mr. Don't call her Mr. Lieutenant. She doesn't like that.
Oh, Madam Lieutenant.
Just Lieutenant's okay.
Okay. Well, Lee, let's go talk to Lieutenant.
Yeah. Where can we meet the lieutenant?
Corporal Richardson will look over the private and says, "Private, take him in to see Blanchfield." And they'll lead you into the hospital. Meanwhile, the hobos are going across the street to the department store. Oliver, you sort of led the way there first. You're able to get as close as the wall if you want.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for this clown to come back out because he said he'd be back in a few minutes with another joke.
Sure enough, it does take. Ember is able to get up next to you while you're waiting for the clown to come back.
First of all, why did you just walk away by yourself?
Oh, hello. You seem to have everything under control over there.
Did I?
I don't know. What were you trying to accomplish?
I don't know, but it would have been nice if you just didn't walk away whenever you wanted to. You're part of the group now.
Oh, you're right. Okay, I'm sorry. Shh.
Anyway.
I'm planning an ambush.
Anyway, she'll whisper. Those people out there were the gunners. And they're trying to clear out the hospital because one of the super mutant people, I don't know who, is in the hospital. And now Lee and Jax are probably going to join a cult. Because they're easily talked into things. But what's your plan?
Okay, I was gonna beat up this clown.
By yourself?
I mean, yeah, he's a super mutant. You heard his joke. He's not that smart.
But he's a super mutant. He's very strong. And he might have friends.
I like my odds.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to help?
I mean, I'm here.
All right, then let's stay quiet until this this jester mime man comes back, and we'll beat him up together.
And just to clarify your plan, he is up on the wall, is where he was telling his jokes from.
Oh, okay. Can I climb the wall?
You can give it a shot. It's a little slick, and it is spiky on the top, so it could be dangerous.
I will try. I always auto success my first climbing.
Oh, that's right. You're really good at climbing.
As a thug.
As a thug.
Yeah.
Parkour.
So the
I mean, I'll roll it.
No, you get a success, so it's cool. You're good.
Ember will tell Oliver, if you can, get him to a point where I will be able to see him so I can shoot him from here. I can't climb.
Yep, I will see what I can do.
The super mutant does come back, the one with the sort of the red and yellow, or the purple and yellow doublet, and the jingle bells. He says, "Hey humans, what's blue and smells like red paint? Blue paint!" And he throws a grenade across the street, but it doesn't sail far enough to hit the barricade for the gunners.
I would like to attack him if he's within range of me.
Yeah, I'll say he's in range of both Oliver and Ember. Oliver, I would like you to make a notice roll, though.
Sure. That is a success with my notice of 7.
Cool.
Shoot. My,
I also have an impact
Awesome.
and a green bottle, if that matters.
So Oliver, you do sort of sneak your way up there. You're listening to his joke about blue paint being what's blue and it smells like red paint. And as you're sort of preparing to charge him, you look down into the courtyard of this department store and you see that this area is filled to the brim with super mutants dressed similarly. You think maybe you could take this guy out, but it is going to get the attention of this castle worth of clown super mutants.
Okay. Instead, I would like to use action 1 to try and throw him over the wall towards Ember.
Yeah, I'm here for that. Then Oliver's going to jump off the wall and run away.
And I will crit.
Oh my god.
So I crit there. I assume it's not with my weapon,
Right.
so it's just a skill roll. Okay.
Yeah. Ordinary. So that will hit. What we would do is an opposed strength check, but since you got a crit, I'll just have him roll a strength check and see what he gets. If it's a crit, we'll roll off, but I don't think he got a crit. No, he did not. So, you sort of run up, you grab the jester. He says, No, it's supposed to be a hook when you want somebody off the stage. And then you chuck him off the wall. Down towards Ember. You have a second action.
Yep. Does he look hurt from that?
Mostly just his pride.
Okay, I'll swan dive off of that wall then, and drawing my two stun batons, I will use both of my critical points to auto hit him.
Oh man.
So that is for a total of 4, 5, and with my heavy mod, a solo black die that has nothing on it becomes an impact. So
Okay, awesome.
that is a total of 3, 4, 5 damage.
He'll roll an armor check. Oh, that's a green dice. He'll take all 5. And you're unable to knock him unconscious with that.
Awesome. And then I will just pick him up and I will start dragging him over to the department store. Or not the department store, the hospital.
Ember, what would you like to do?
Ember's just gonna like watch all of this happen like very grumpily. And then when he starts dragging him, she'll just sort of like stalk after him, angry, stomping her feet.
You do all hear the howling of super mutant hounds within, and you do hear the department store sort of flare to life as super mutants begin manning the parapets for battle. But you guys are both able to hightail it over to the hospital before anything like that happens. Corporal Richardson's jaw is just like on the floor when he sees you both run in with the super mutant over Oliver's shoulders. So that's you guys just do that.
I guess while he's traveling, I'll try and pick his unconscious body of any valuables that it might have.
He does have another frag grenade.
Sure, I'll take that. And if he has any kind of melee or ranged weapons, I'll disarm
Yeah,
him.
he does have a little jester stick. It's like one of those batons that has a little like skull on the end of it that's got the jester's cap on it. You think it would function as a pretty decent club.
Yeah. I will take that away from him. And if we see the gunners, I'll throw this guy at their feet and say, I caught your jester.
Well, I mean, you caught one of them.
That's because we're the best in the biz, see? We've got our 2 best field operatives, and we got our best 2 field medic and researchers here.
Exactly, that's what we are.
That's exactly what we are.
Well-oiled machine.
Well, now we could release this man. But into your custody depends, good lieutenant.
So yeah, I'll say that everybody sort of reconvenes right before the meeting with Lieutenant Blanchfield for the pure plot convenience.
We were taking a really long time to walk.
Oliver and Ember drop a super mutant clown on the ground who's unconscious. And you're sort of brought into this central sort of waiting area of the hospital. It's right in front of this sort of courtyard that's in the center of the various wings of the hospital. There's a big frosted glass window that looks out over that courtyard. And you see the gunners in here have sort of established a ad hoc field base. They do have a shooting range that's over just to the left of this central waiting area. You see a barracks where they've rolled out some bedrolls. You think there's probably like 10 to 12 soldiers here, all told. And they have a couple of guard dogs with them that have these spiked muzzles on, wearing the green bandanas that the other ones are wearing over their faces. Except for Blanchfield, who is a... she's a fairly tall, fairly built blonde woman with a single braid that comes down. Very Sonya Blade style kind of character. She's dressed in sort of a green tank top with an open army jacket. She does have like a combat armor pauldron on one arm. She's got the greaves that sort of cover her legs and her boots. And she has a big .44 Magnum strapped to her hip. And she's wearing a beret instead of an army helmet. And that beret does have the sort of white skull and crossbones sign of the gunners that all of you have seen. And she seems impressed. She sort of looks down over her aviators when you drop the Jester on the ground. Look at that, men. See, people who can actually get results. Lieutenant Blanchfield, Gunners 45th Division. And she'll come up and ask all of you to introduce yourselves.
I almost said Killian. Ajax, no division, street medic.
I'm Lee. I'm a scientist, a doctor, actually. But just Lee is fine. Or Dr. Kirby, if you prefer.
Nice to meet you, Dr. Curry.
I'm assuming Ember and Oliver just aren't saying anything.
That's Ember. That's our field scout, and she has a dog that's somewhere. And that is Oliver, our resident assassin, barbarian ninja.
Child of Adam.
Former child of Adam.
She kind of walks up to you, Oliver, and she makes eye contact with you, and she sort of looks at the burn on your face. She says, "You're with the Inquisitorius, aren't you?"
I'm not with anything anymore.
He's with us.
I'm with these fine people. I brought you this thing.
I see that.
I'll gesture to the jester. Yeah.
Well, you travel with a man with dangerous enemies, Dr. Kirby and Ajax.
Yeah, I mean, we've
Okay.
made some dangerous enemies ourselves.
It didn't come up during the interview process.
We really should add that to our background check.
Really should, Doctor.
And
I'll make a note of it, Doctor.
she
You doctor.
I'm here for the bromance that's flourished in the last couple episodes. She says, "Men, take this thing down to a cell and prepare it for interrogation." As you can see, we are in the midst of an extraction operation at that department store across the way.
Right, the department store taken over by that Jester gang, and then that local high school taken over by that Mime gang. If I'm getting the lay of the land correctly.
Yes, that's correct. Apparently, these two mutants used to work together, and they have come to some kind of disagreement that has turned bloody. I don't really care who kills who, but I need to get into that department store. It's our mission.
What's in the department store?
We were hired to clear the super mutants out and leave it open for an extraction team to come in and scavenge it.
For anything in particular, or just to see what they can find?
Well, if you're not familiar with Dr. Kirby, department stores are pretty significant storage facilities for all sorts of pre-war memorabilia. They might be interested in appliances and robotics, clothing. It wasn't my job to ask questions. It was my job to clear out the super mutants.
Well, I do have an affinity for all sorts of pre-war appliances and such. But do you know what caused their feud in the
Well, I'm
first
hoping
place?
to interrogate the Jester down there and see if we can figure it out. We managed to
Alright.
capture a mime, but they have a vow of silence.
Oh, because they're mimes. Okay.
Yeah. I had a little
yeah,
had a little
clowns in
trouble
general.
figuring out the socio-political situation through hand gestures. But the box he put himself in was very small.
Like a... Oh, mime, of course, right. He wouldn't put himself in... I do have another question. Do you happen to know if there are any sort of greenish, spiralish symbols around here?
Like everybody to make... Is empathy a skill?
If it is, I don't
Behavior.
have
I would
it.
like everybody to make a behavior check.
Oh, I super don't have that.
Can I do a persuasion check instead, since we just gave her something the value?
No, this is more to see if there's something in her reaction.
Alex, I don't have.
You still don't have your character sheet, Kat?
No, I have my character sheet. I don't have the dice option.
Oh. I'll move us back over to the start screen so we have tokens.
I got a gear.
Okay.
I believe I have done it, good sir.
Yes,
Wow.
I actually did it.
So, when Lee asks, have you seen any spiral symbols around? You notice both Ajax and Ember. You notice this surprised look across her face, and then she says, "No, we haven't found anything like that." But the expression that you're getting, you sort of get the feeling from her that she's like, "Howard, how do you know about that?" No, that's classified.
Tell us what you know.
Yeah, can I do a persuasion
Sure.
check? I try to
Yeah, you
get
don't
her
want
to...
me to do it.
Yeah, I don't want you to do it.
I don't know. I think Ember can be persuasive.
No.
Come on, Lieutenant. Nobody's high brass here. We're just trying to all get along and survive. If we make things easier for everybody, maybe you get to go home early, and so do we. And let me just eat shit on this roll real quick. Ooh, I crit!
Hey.
She says, "Well, since you did bring us an informant, and you seem to be on the up and up, the person who employed us did tell us to be on the lookout for spiral symbols. When we located one, we were supposed to clear that building out."
So there's spiral
you-
marks in the department building.
Yeah, we had a sniper who kept an eye on that until he caught a fat man in the face on the roof.
That's not fair. That takes a lot less
Yeah.
aim.
Yeah, it's just
I don't
cheating.
know where these super mutants got this massive stockpile of mini nukes, but I assume it has something to do with what my employer's looking for. There could be a pre-war bunker.
You keep talking about. You keep talking about this employer of yours. Do you mind sharing who that is?
That is a breach of our contract with our employers.
It's just that we may be on the same team here. It would be nice to pool resources if possible.
Well, it seems like we are at least on the same mission. We're both interested in these spiral symbols.
And your contractor doesn't have any clause about hiring subcontractors, do they?
No, we are willing to work with you on this. If your interest in the spiral
So-
symbol is not at odds with our employer's interest in it.
Oh, we can't say because of our contract. But we'll get there when we get there, I'm sure.
So if we can maybe help you out here in some way, you wouldn't mind if we took a little look inside that department store?
Well, I would like for us all to take a look inside that department store.
Are you proposing you come with us then to help clear these mutants?
I believe our forces could be combined for that sort of operation. We would need more intelligence before we commit to that. A full-on frontal assault against that fortress will result in the death of all of us.
Right. We can figure out why they're... Well, I mean, I did want to try to get them to stop fighting each other, but then they would team up and most likely turn on us. So maybe we should just turn up the heat a little so they focus on each other, and then we just wait.
Yeah, I'm open to ideas.
And how do you propose we do that?
How do we get the other super mutant out of the high school?
We've sent a couple of people over there to assess their defensive position. It's a little less fortified than Jester's position. We were able to capture one of the Mimes, but again, he wouldn't say anything to us. But we do have some intelligence on the defenses of the high school. The Mimes themselves have sort of barricaded themselves up on the second floor of that building. And they let their hounds patrol the lower levels.
When you say vow of silence, do these mimes even scream, or do they have voice boxes at all?
I have never heard any of them make a noise, even the hounds.
Sounds a lot easier than the department store full of nukes.
What have you tried to get them to talk? You just ask them questions, or have you tried alternative methods?
We did employ alternative methods. We had a couple of chemical cocktails that we tried to feed them, but the super mutant system seemed to reject it. We did use some enhanced interrogation techniques, some torture, some waterboarding, all that sort of stuff, but nothing was able to get them to break. I don't know what's wrong with them.
Do you guys want to head off to the high school and circle back to this?
I kind of wanted to take a look at that one mime that they had here, see if there was anything up with him medically, so that we could discern before we headed off. I do have one more quick random question. Your employer doesn't happen to wear an ascot, does he?
Roll a behavior check.
Oh no!
Don't ask me to do that.
Read her like a book, Lee. An open note test.
I got a 2, but I have a -4 on behavior, and that's a perception check for me. So a 2 is going to just fail.
Use a
It's
lucky
really close. So yeah, I'm gonna use a luck point.
Well, using a luck point and getting a success, when you say he doesn't wear an ascot, does he? That same sort of look of, how do you know about that, crosses her face.
And we're
I'm
never
just
playing
looking for-
poker with the lieutenant.
Just looking for some fashion advice.
And she says, I'm not at liberty to discuss the appearance of my employer.
All right, fair enough. I'm gonna take a look at your. I'm all tongue-tied because of all this talk about mimes and clowns. I'm gonna go look at your mime.
You all are more than welcome to take a first crack at the Jester if you want as well.
Yeah, I think that will require more force than I'm capable of mustering.
Maybe your Inquisitor friend could go talk to him. And she kind of looks at Oliver.
I can talk, yeah.
Come on, Ollie. Let's go good cop, bad cop, and then the rest of us with 6.
Stick cop.
Stick cop is worst cop.
While we're walking around this facility, are there like extra green bandanas? You said they were all wearing
Yeah,
green
there are
bandanas.
some extras.
If there is one, I would like to grab that.
Can we all be fashionable for our troubles?
She will go ahead and pass green bandanas out to each of you and say, while you're doing operations with us, please keep one of these visible on your person. Makes it so we don't target you. And Sal Power Up says, well, it would be the second crack at the Jester for Oliver.
How do you know that someone didn't just go out and buy a green bandana and is now among your rank?
We're pretty tight-knit here. And all of my soldiers have seen you.
Okay.
And most of the people who we're shooting at out here are super mutants, so we would probably, have some idea.
Well, I guess downstairs we go.
Awesome. Yeah, they've both been taken downstairs into the basement of the hospital. You're able to find one working elevator that is able to take you all down. It's a very creaky, sort of rickety ride down. And you go down into the basement. You're able to find your way into the morgue of the St. Milton General Hospital that the gunners have sort of fashioned into a makeshift prison. You do see that they have 2 guards down here on duty. They've just finished processing the Jester, and they've locked him in one of these cells that they've sort of modified the morgue drawers to be. They've sort of cleared out a bank of the drawers, and they've cleared out some of the shelving, and they've put a door up against the other shelves in that area. You do see the mime. He has been killed. He is on a gurney across the way from the cells. He is missing one of his hands, and he has been deeply scarred all over. But you can still see the white face paint, the black eyeliner, all that good stuff.
So, Kirby, do you think it's brainwashing, or they cut out their voice box?
Yeah, I was gonna take a look in his throat, and if that didn't provide anything, I guess I could look at the brain, assuming they have the proper tools for that. But let's do the easy one first.
Now, let me get the can opener.
Yeah, I guess the doctors will set to the autopsy.
All right, doctors are doing the autopsy, and the hobos are doing the interrogation.
Actually, maybe I should go help with the interrogation.
I'm thinking that we should definitely split up so that I can be with Lee, and then Brian, who is more sociable, can be with Oliver.
Okay,
Wait,
tag
Lee
out.
has someone guarding him.
Perfect. So, I'll do the Jester interrogation first. Oliver and Ajax, you do sort of walk up to the cell that they've got him locked in. And he's sort of he's come to at this point, and he's standing in the cell, sort of jingling his jingle bells, rocking back and forth. He says, "Hey, Shimmies.
Hey, buddy.
What's worse than finding a worm in your apple?
Finding an apple.
Being robbed."
Ah, you got me.
When you respond to him,
Is there anyone?
when you respond to him, he kind of like chuckles to himself. He's like, "Oh, you liked my joke."
Is there anyone in green with us, or is it just?
They're both in the room. They are
the
both
three
in the
of us?
room. They're not they're not involved in the interrogation with you, but they are present.
Hey, Jester. Start a knock-knock joke. I'll play along.
Knock knock.
come in.
Wow.
That's the best joke I've heard all day.
Yeah. And now tell me why the old man.
No,
won't let us alone.
wait. You do me.
Okay. Who's there?
Come in.
And I will open the cell door.
Before I enter, I will turn to our other two friends, and I will, just so you know, my methods are not orthodox. This might not be pleasant for you to watch. And I will turn and walk away, or into the cell.
Oliver, that man has a patch on it that says Guantanamo 2022.
It's my least favorite music festival.
So scary.
As I enter, I will draw not my stun batons, but a very special little dagger that I haven't used in a bit. It glows a little bit as I pull it out. And I will look at the jester, and I will press the blade to, let's say, his upper thigh. And I will just say, my friend here is going to ask you some questions.
He's the funniest.
If I like your answer,
He's the funniest man who's
if I
ever
like your
born.
answer, if I like your answer, this won't go further inside of you. Ajax.
Yeah. So, Jester, if that is your first name.
That's all of our name. We're all Jester.
We're all Jester. You don't have like a. You're not different than the other Jesters. I thought you were the funniest one.
No, you're the funniest Jester.
Well, I can't take credit for all of it. But I wanted to come cut you a deal, Jester.
Yeah.
Yeah. But first, I need to know why you and your buddy broke up.
Oh, you mean Jester? Why Jester and mine broke up?
Yeah, why Jester and mine broke up. Tell me a story.
Oh, well. Mime not always like he is now. Mime used to be a jester. And then he quit telling jokes.
Do you know why?
No, I don't know why.
It's so weird. You guys were telling such good jokes. I love the one with the bomb. I saw it all the way across the
That's
street.
a good one, isn't it? I tell that joke every day. It kills it.
Do you have any idea why the mimes don't talk anymore?
I don't know. All I know is that Mime has a lot more super mutants than he used to have, and I don't know where he's getting more super mutants from.
That's weird. Do you know anything about the high school, Jester?
I know that's where the Mimes live.
Wow. Vast as the ocean, as deep as a pool. How about this? I don't want you to die, because I think you've got pretty good potential. So I need you to work with these armored people really nice and just tell them everything they want to know. And in return, I'll reach into my jacket and I will pull out a notebook. And really quickly, I'll write the golden book on it. I will give you all the jokes that I know, so you're the funniest jester that could have ever lived.
Give me a deception check.
Like that. Deception, okay. I got a gear.
He sort of his eyes sort of get saucer wide when he sees the golden book. He says, "You mean I could be the jester, not just a jester."
You could be the best jester. This is where I get all my jokes from.
What jokes are in there?
Yeah, about this one. How does a mouse make his coffee?
How?
He brews it. Okay. Why do melons have weddings?
Why?
Because they can elope.
He doesn't get that one.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're not there, friend. Fruit jokes are in the back of the book.
He said, wait. I know a plant joke. Here, listen.
Yeah.
Roses are dead. Violets are dead. I'm a bad gardener.
You know what? You've got me. I'm going to open the book and write it down in there. Because it was so good. So, do you know anything about the general store you were squatting at? How we can get your buddies out of there?
Oh, I mean, trying to get in there, they'll kill you. They kill everybody who goes in there. But let me think. Oh, you know, Humi, there's a sewer pipe in the back.
Oh, sewer pipe.
Yeah. The Jesters said not to tell anybody about it. But you're funnier than the Jesters, so.
And soon you will be funnier than all of us. I appreciate everything, Jester. You know what? You're no longer Jester. You're Mr. J, huh?
I like that.
Yeah, Mr. J. So, me and Oliver are going to go talk to the pretty lady. And I will slide the book under when we're done.
I like that. This is a good plan. Promise you come
Good
back.
plan. Yeah. Oh, it's like 5 minutes.
Okay, good. And he does not have to get stabbed. Fancy that.
He doesn't have to, but how am I feeling?
Oliver, no.
No, I won't.
So I'm going to pull up a shitty little chair, get a little pencil out, and start writing hundreds of jokes into this notebook. How about you tell the lieutenant about the pipe, huh?
As after Ajax leaves, before I do, I will whisper in Jester's ear, you know what would be a really funny joke?
What?
Is if when those people with the green came back in, and I will take his frag grenade, I'll take the pin out and I will hold it in his hand, and I'll give him a wink, and then I'll exit.
Oh my god.
He's holding it. He's like, he gets me. He gets my sense of humor. Looks like this time I'm the super mutant crossing the road. Awesome.
And then I will exit.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So Ember and Lee, as you go over to the dead mime, go ahead and take a crack at whatever you want to do.
Okay. Do you see any pliers around here, or like a wrench, maybe?
Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of tools around from where they've been modifying stuff down here.
All right. Well, Lee is,
Silently pick one up off the table and hand it to him.
Forceps.
and he'll yeah, basically,
Yeah.
he'll ask for an increasingly ridiculous amount of tools as he's trying to do this.
A bone saw, jackhammer.
Towel, nurse. I need a towel.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's just starting to do this. I don't know if Ember is up to something or.
No, she's just sort of standing guard, making sure that you don't get jumped.
All right. So yeah, Lee is gonna, while he's working on this, he's just gonna look at Ember and just ask, "So, how did you and Gemma meet? What's the story there?"
She was, her parents died and I happened to be in Diamond City that day, and she looked sad, and I couldn't help but try to help her. I don't have a lot of pity towards people, but I can't help a little 5-year-old girl staring at me. And I know that she's going to be hungry, and I know that she's going to need help, and I know she's going to need protection. And everyone in Diamond City sucks, so I took that role under my own knowing.
Is that the same thing that happened with dog meat? He looked at you with those big old puppy eyes, and
I mean, who can say no to dog meat?
that is fair. He's basically the leader of our party.
He was a puppy when I found him. He was literally like 10 pounds. How could you say no to that?
Okay, so you've got this whole. Oh wait, hang on. As he yeah, like as he's reaching down into the throat, it's sloshing around. So you've got this whole tough exterior, but bit of a softy thing going on.
No.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Hang on. I think I got a feel for something, and I guess I should probably roll some sort of science check.
Yeah, give me a science check.
Okay. I don't know what I should roll for this. I don't have skills in medical. I can roll know-how
Yeah,
science.
go ahead with know-how science.
Ba-doop. I think 8's gonna be enough. Yep.
Awesome. So with an 8, as you're sort of examining the brain of this super mutant, going through trying to figure out what's going on, you do see through your autopsy that a lot of the superficial damage he's gone through was inflicted by the gunners, but there is a small dot in the front of his skull that is seems to be related to some kind of laser. And you believe, even without removing the brain pan just yet, that this super mutant may have undergone some kind of lobotomy. Which that seems a
Okay.
little
Well-
that seems a little out of the realm of ability for a super mutant to perform.
Is it? Probably not, but it's not at all similar to the human brains we saw in the sense earlier, right?
Right.
It's just other brain
Mhm.
stuff. Okay. But can I tell anything else about what technology might have been used other than small laser? Is it just I don't know. I can't think of anything else that would I be able to discern from that.
Yeah, you definitely get tiny laser, and you also think that it was wielded with medical precision, almost robotic precision. Do you think that the kind of damage that had to be done to the brain to render them mute without killing them or rendering them in a vegetative state would have to be almost robotic in nature?
Okay. So yeah, Lee is gonna. I just relay that information, saying okay, well, there's got this little dot here. Looks like a burn. Had to have been very precise to have made that. Definitely robot hands. You don't want shaky hands when you're doing this kind of thing.
So they have a robot working for them?
Or someone controlling the robot, but they've definitely got someone very smart.
Okay. Are you done here, or do you need more?
I mean, I think I'm done. I don't think I need to see the brain. It would be additional information, but I think I can get by without it.
I mean, if you want to, go ahead. I'm not in any rush. You have to wait for Ajax and Oliver anyway.
No, I think I'll save it for later.
Famous last words.
I guess we can go try to go see how Oliver and Ajax are doing then.
All right. Well, thanks for the offer to watch my back. I don't know if I needed it, but I appreciate it.
I mean, you're literally the only person who can do the things that you can do in our group, so you're sort of important.
Well, hey, you're important too.
She'll just sort of like snort and then turn around and walk away.
Lee
towards the
will
Jester.
offer a handshake with his super mutant saliva-covered hand, but she's already gone. It's
Yeah, there are so many reasons she's not shaking your hand.
Talk about a wet fish.
And just wipe it off on the super mutant before he walks away.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to let you guys reconvene and sort of share information. I will be back in just a second, but go ahead and keep interacting with each other. I'll be right back.
Nice.
Okay, if you're gone for 15 minutes, that means you can leave.
Yeah, fun fact, guys. Whatever we say from now on is canon. Because Alex isn't here to say no.
I can't believe Fault 23 was the friends we made along the way.
What a con! What a cop out! I feel lied to.
Yeah, I guess as we're reconvening, Lee will say, so, somebody else has a laser, a lot smaller than ours, but, probably just as, if not more precise.
Yeah. It's not about the size. Use it, blah, blah, blah. What else do you find out?
Maybe we should take this conversation outside so that there aren't prying ears.
Alright,
Fair.
we'll just, I guess, find a hallway
so we
or
go
the
outside.
elevator.
Why don't we just go back in the morgue? There's nobody in there.
Well, they
No,
were
not
using it
the-
as a... we can go in the elevator, because they were using the morgue as the prison, so there's the 2 guards there.
Yeah, let's just all cram into this elevator.
Okay. Get in there real
I'll
tight.
hit the stop button, yeah, so that we're not going.
Okay,
Anyway.
gang, did you find any clues?
Okay, so yeah, someone lobotomized these guys. They had to use like a really small, precise laser to not totally fry their brains. What'd you find?
Lobotomized a super mutant?
Yeah,
Feels
that was
redundant.
weird. Well, it must have been, I don't know, someone who convinced them to do it.
Well, we got enough out of Jester over there. I don't feel proud about interrogating a super mutant, but I mean, we got the answers we needed. Apparently, there's a small pipe we can use to get in the department store.
Oh, great. Wild idea. If we can get into the department store, we might be able to find more clues for our own little task here. A small team might be better at going in and doing that. A small team of 4, perhaps. And then if we do that, maybe we can go and... I mean, I would hate to leave these guys in a lurch, but...
I don't really trust them, so I would also be down for just going by ourselves.
Yeah, I think we should. Yes, and hopefully we can sneak away so that they don't know that we've done it, and we'll have a little bit of a head start on them.
Okay. Deal.
That's democracy.
They seem like okay people, but I don't want their employer pulling a fast one on me again. On us again.
Yeah, so
On me again.
Oh, I think that was you. Not us.
Okay, sure. It was specifically me, but now we can outsmart that guy and his fine clothing.
So we didn't find anything. We're keeping the hats, and we got skedaddle to the pipe.
Yep.
If they ask,
As-
we can make something up, or
We're going to the high school, everybody.
sure.
Through this.
So wouldn't we just go back to get more supplies from our spot
What if they
so
ask
that we
what
can?
the spot is?
Because they'll know we'll
We're
have
going
a
to the
spot.
high school, everybody.
We're going to the high school. Having a spot gives away more information just by assumption.
Sure.
Okay. Everybody take a deep breath. Put on your lying face. And remember, 7-2 all in. Let's go.
7-2 all in. Okay. So you all...
What, are we all putting our hands in a circle?
Yeah, let's kumbaya. Where's the dog? I haven't seen him this whole time.
He hanging out.
He hanging out.
He's his own man. He's doing his own thing. Dogmeat's actually over there solving the problem already. That's the cliffhanger ending. Dogmeat's gonna be on top of the castle with like the super mutant's head in his mouth. Like, am I a good boy?
Wait, Lee.
Yo.
I think, just so we don't look super suspicious, we should throw him the bone with a lobotomy bit.
Yeah.
That's all we could get.
Yeah, we at least look, like
Yeah.
So we don't seem like we're trying to hide something. We'll give them a little bit of truth, but not all.
Okay, is there anything else before we go?
No.
Okay. Well, we're hotboxing this elevator, and none of you got any drugs. That's concerning. So let's get out.
Awesome. So the group disembarks on the first floor of the hospital. You find your way back to Lieutenant Blenchfield, who sort of has her arms crossed. She's overlooking some of the gunners who are doing firearms practice, and she sort of turns back to you all and says, "What were you able to find out?"
I'll salute.
It appears that there was something about an experiment that's going on with the ones in the high school. We have to go check it out.
Experiment how?
Tell him, Dr. Kirby.
Oh, right. As he adjusts his glasses, it appears that someone lobotomized these super mutants using some sort of concentrated light beam device. A very small and precise beam.
That's why you had a... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, it must have cut through the language center of their brain, but left the rest of it intact.
That's why you have Jesters turn it into Mimes.
Well, it sounds like there's an intelligence force behind the Mimes, then. We should make contact with them. See what their objective is. I'll send a couple of my gunners with you to the high school.
Sure.
And she'll sort of snap her fingers. She'll say, "Corporal Richardson, Private Kowalski, you're on high school duty with the newcomers." And the two guys who brought you in here, they'll come over and they'll sort of salute Lieutenant Blanchfield and nod their heads and look towards all of you.
Right. We're going to the high school.
We're going to the high school.
Tune in next week when they beat up my poor gunners and leave them dead on the side of the street.
Oliver, I need you to make sure these two don't graduate, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, give them the treatment you gave that other guy.
But not permanently. I mean, like GED. Like, can't kill him.
Do you have any supplies or things that we can take with us to the high school? Any bombs? Any medicines? Any?
She will dole out 2 doses of Psycho
That's...
and a stim pack.
Ooh.
And she'll give out another 2 frag
I'll
grenades.
hand them. Cool.
So, who is taking those things?
I'll take him.
Okay.
Me Healy. Me Roydy.
The grenades.
I'll take the grenades if no one else. Oh, or did you want everything, Ajax?
No, nobody here can throw a grenade, so, like...
Especially you.
You just gotta say when you're doing it so we can give you ample space in all 8 directions.
Well, I will take that grenade.
Okay.
Awesome.
Or the 2.
Cool. So,
I hope the hospital doesn't blow up when we leave.
it's not like they left a guy with a grenade in the basement and said, "Blow these guys up when they come in." That'll be hilarious.
Ha 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 ha.
Awesome. So, the gang sort of heads back out into the wasteland with a couple of gunners in tow and a plan to get into the Fallon department store. Or maybe go and investigate whoever's doing whatever in the high school. It could be lots of fun. Whatever you all want to do, we will find out next week. I think that is a great place to end this week's episode. So, once again, thank you everybody who's been hanging out here with us tonight. We had a whole bunch of fun. I hope you all did as well. Just a couple of notes before we sort of wrap up and say goodbye. We will be back here again, same time next week. Same bat time, same bat channel for more Fallout Wasteland Warfare goodness. On Tuesday nights, we also have our Born of Rage Werewolf the Apocalypse live stream, and we do a Mutants and Masterminds Nether War playthrough on Monday night. So a lot of good stuff here on the channel. We also have our podcast on Friday mornings, Something Something Dragons. There's lots of good stuff coming on that end. We do have a drive-through affiliate RPG link, so if there are any PDFs, if you see any games that we're playing that you also want to play, if you click that link and buy the game through our affiliate link, it does give us a little bit of money, which is always good. Thank you everybody for indulging me with the polls tonight. I had a lot of fun messing with that function of Twitch. We haven't done that before, so that was fun. But yeah, everybody be safe, make good choices. I'll let all of the players say goodbye one more time, and where else we can find them anything they want to plug between now and next week, starting with Kat.
Hey guys, thanks for hanging out with us. I don't really have anything to plug or say. I'm just glad to be here, and I'm having a great time playing this game. Other than that, I'll go ahead and pass it to Will.
Hey friends, I'm still Will. Not anything to plug personally, but we have our merch store if you didn't hear about that. So I will plug that one more time. I got my t-shirts, so I hope you did too. Otherwise, I will pass it over to Calvin.
Hi, Calvin once again. And I guess as a thing to plug, you can check out the Win with Dice channel where we've been uploading like weekly podcasts about running tabletop RPG games just to try to make it a bit easier to get to the other side of the screen. This week, because we upload on Wednesdays, we were talking about like rewarding your players and like engaging and encouraging them, that kind of thing. And we also rambled about custom items for a few minutes because we kind of tend to fall in that trap. So you can check it out. It was a really fun episode. And with that, I will pass it on to Brian.
Hey everybody, you know who I am. You know where you're going to find me. Werewolf Tuesday, Fallout Wednesday here on USP. And if any of those gut-punching jokes got you, you can find them on bestlifeonline.com/dad jokes are so bad they're actually hilarious / no spaces, only dashes. I'll give it to Alex.
How am I supposed to follow that up? Okay.
Oh no.
So yeah, thank you everybody once again. We are going to raid a friend of the channel, Fennicini, tonight. Looks like they're doing some chatting over there. I haven't seen him in a while, so we're going to hang out with him. Yeah, everybody make good choices. We will see you here next week.